In today's video, we have Cardano, Bitcoin, we're going to look at Avalanche, and we have an article regarding Warren Buffett indirectly investing into Bitcoin. Stick around until the end to see what I'm talking about. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you liked the video or found any of this information useful. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe as we try to keep these coming at you daily. Now, we're looking at Cardano interactions with EngineeringRobo coming from the end of July here. We see the super buy and buy for Robo Advisor allowing for comfortable accumulation. And after those bullish Robo Advisors, prices saw up to 140% in gains over the following 37 days. But if you weren't able to sell at that swing high, utilizing EngineeringRobo's bearish advisors here from the $2.26 level, you were able to capitalize on 76% ROI, turning a potential $1,000 invested into Cardano throughout the end of July into $1,760 in less than 2 months. But if you chose not to sell or you invested into Cardano when EngineeringRobo was bearish here from that $2.26 level, we can see prices experiencing a dramatic 58% in downside here over the following months, and we are still under the influence of bearish Robo Advisors. So if you chose not to take profit, you lost just over half of your money. Moving forward, if we have $1,000 to invest into Cardano here, we have already put 20% of our investment into Cardano at my support level, $1.05 throughout the end of January. If you missed that opportunity, you were able to again just a couple days ago. At the moment, we are waiting for 2 of our chosen 3 Robo Advisors becoming bullish here to allow for us to put 50% of our money into Cardano at that level. And then we need daily candles opening and closing above the descending trend line here to allow for that remaining 30% of our investment to be put into Cardano. So we always wait for the confirmations. Once invested, watch out for resistance overhead. Feel free to take profit at my resistance levels, perhaps $2.16. Or $2.72. However, we always remain 50% invested until we see bearish Robo Advisors. If daily candles are opening and closing below the $1.05 level, we would recommend you to sell at a mild loss in anticipation of an opportunity to reinvest down below 84 cents, the lower support level we are looking for continued interaction toward if we fail to hold the $1.05 level. Let me know down below your thoughts on Cardano though. So back in Q4 of 2021, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway sold a $1.8 billion worth of Visa and a $1.3 billion worth of MasterCard stock. And with that realized liquidity, $1 billion went into the largest fintech bank in Brazil, Nubank. Just further, bullish adoption from major institutional money here in the traditional economy, getting into the crypto sphere here in, many different ways. We've seen implementations of the metaverse and NFTs, in addition to Bitcoin accumulation. And here we have, Warren Buffett himself investing into, Bitcoin and crypto heavy entities such as Nubank, valued at $41.5 billion when he made his investment. And so I would believe it is safe to assume, Warren Buffett would suspect this company to be worth more in the future than it is currently worth. So I believe there is some long-term bullish aspects here for the crypto sphere. Scrolling down, it does mention that Warren Buffett has had a rather negative outlook to Bitcoin here. His personal opinion was less than favorable. However, he cannot fight the the people, the community that is the global movement that is occurring into crypto here. So he is forced to go with the flow of the markets. And so right now, we are looking at some very heavy institutional activity here for Bitcoin and crypto at some very, staggering levels here, some very euphoric prices. In my opinion, still a $43,000 Bitcoin is nothing to scoff at. We have a quote here from the CEO of a crypto asset investment fund, Valkyrie Investments. Reading, if you look at inflows from a volume perspective, not only has it been steady even with the price corrections that Bitcoin is notoriously famous for, but you're seeing a lot of institutions jump in. So here we have a crypto institution mentioning that institutions are getting into crypto. I mean, we've been saying it on the channel here for probably about a month now, at least, ever since we've been doing these articles, but we've been finding it very difficult to be bearish on Bitcoin. Let me know down below your thoughts on crypto, though. Here we have Avalanche and EngineeringRobo. We're looking at the early bird and buy 4 combination throughout the end of July of 2021. When 2 of our chosen 3 Robo advisors became bullish here, price action saw a whopping 1,112% in gains over the following 116 days. But if you weren't able to sell at that swing high, you were able to capitalize on a modest 660% ROI utilizing EngineeringRobo's sell suggestions that came into play throughout the beginning of December of 2021 at the $93 level. So turning a potential $1,000 invested into the project into over $7,600 in just a few months with EngineeringRobo's buy and sell suggestions. We see an instance of the sell for and the bear suggestion here along the way up. However, we are not selling at these levels because we need 2 of our chosen 3 Robo advisors becoming bearish, and that parameter was met throughout the beginning of December there. Zooming in to look at our most recent interaction with bearish Robo advisors here, we can see price action coming from the $87 level, interacting with $53 over the following 2 weeks, experiencing 39% in downside. So if you invested while EngineeringRobo was bearish, you briefly almost lost half of your money under the influence of bullish Robo advisors here, it would appear. We already invested 20% of our money at our lower support level, $56.10. We were able to put 50% of our investment into Avalanche here once the buy 4 appeared because we have the early bird throughout January. The buy 4 was our second Robo advisor becoming bullish on the 7th of February. And then we can put 30% of our investment into Avalanche once we have daily candles opening and closing above the descending trend line here. Feel free to take profit along the way. Watch out for resistance near $128 is going to be an area of potential resistance. Feel free to take profits at that level. However, we always remain 50% invested until we see bearish Robo advisors. Looking at Bitcoin, crypto, the currency, currently in a state of sideways here as accumulation continues. In my opinion, we do see a very bullish presence here, very different from the market incentive that was present between the middle of November. When we had bearish Robo advisors in play, we can see Bitcoin experiencing a dramatic 45% in downside since those bearish Robo advisors here, losing just about half of your money holding on to Bitcoin. However, we do see bullish Robo advisors in play, so we were already able to put 20% of our investment in at my support level, almost fully capitalizing on that 40+% discounted Bitcoin, and we put 50% of our investment into Bitcoin when we had 2 of our chosen 3 Robo advisors becoming bullish, the buy 2 and buy 4 combination coming into play. We were able to put 50% of our money into Bitcoin at that level, and then we put the remaining 30% of our investment into Bitcoin once that daily candle opened and closed above the descending trend line on the 5th of February there. Currently, the moon suggestion has come into play with all 3 of our Robo advisors bullish here. It is very hard to be bearish on Bitcoin. We do anticipate continued upside toward resistance overhead. Watch out for $58,202 per Bitcoin as a potential area. You can take some profits. Nothing wrong with taking profits along the way. However, we always remain 50% invested until we see bearish Robo advisors. That's 2 of our chosen 3 Robo advisors suggesting downside. In previous videos, we were saying that a potential market top for Bitcoin could be around the $160,000 level. Well, actually, has changed to $165,000 per Bitcoin. The FOMO zone up here still suggesting a six-figure Bitcoin to appear before any sort of significant fundamental downside is to be considered, coming from the fear zone back in March of 2021. Currently making our way toward the FOMO zone. We are coming from a interaction far too close to the fear zone here, in my opinion, to suggest a top near current levels. We want to be heavily considering taking profit up in the FOMO zone when the market is in a state of extreme greed. This is when traders are FOMOing into continued upside because they are too afraid to be buying at current levels. You want to be accumulating when the market is panic selling. In an extreme state of fear here, you want to be buying the discounted Bitcoin, investing in the lows, and then heavily considering taking some profits when the market is greedy. But thank you so much for hearing my analysis. Check out EngineeringRobo with a link in the description. Subscribe here on YouTube and tune in for the next one.